day 3 or 2, I don't know, I've forgotten what day we're on already. We've come to the beach. It's really sunny. This is the first day, it's clear sky. So we've come to the beach. But of course it's a Cornwall beach, so it's bloody freezing and windy, but the water is really clear and nice, very blue and very sparkly. I can't see anything, so I don't know how the exposure's looking, if I'm on frame or what. Just winging it, run and gun style. Liam has given me his cough, which I kind of knew was pretty inevitable. Do you know, at the beginning of the year is kind of when, well, the end of last year and the beginning of this year is when I was thinking to myself that I wanted to get a van. And then I was kind of half debating it because I've never lived in a van. I've never even been in one before. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. And then I meet Liam, who lives in a van. And now we are going on adventures in his van. And I've got to say, I'm liking the van style. The van life so far, it's pretty good. I like it. The only problem is I'd be so scared to drive a van. And I like doing things with other people. I don't really like, I feel pretty fed up of doing things on my own. I've done a lot of things on my own for a very long time. So having someone else there to share the workload is definitely better. So I don't think I'd want to do it on my own. But with someone, it's great. I'm loving it. It's quite windy. Let's hope the tripod doesn't blow over. The ground isn't bone dry yet. Hello.
Hello. I'm back.
Setting up our lovely picnic, and then we find beautiful. That'll do. I think we're seeable. Welcome to our secluded picnic spot. We thought the beach would be too windy. There's lots of like shrubbery.
Bindies.
Bindies.
Put your face in the bindies.
It's quite Australian, like sort of desert style terrain. Healthy breakfast.
It is healthy. We've got orange juice.
Cocktail maker.
On your cocktail. Action.
Say action.
Yeah.
Action! And here we are at the UFO sighting facility. Aliens!
How do I zoom in?
We're off to the woods. Too brambly. Back to the safe zone. The road.
Wow. Oh, I kind of want him as a pet.
Oh, that is quite the furry outfit you got there. So we have come to Goonhilly, the UFO place. So we've come to have a cup of tea with this thing.
Bought the hip flask, bought the powdered milk. We've even got, what have we got? We got everything. We got it all.
Everything to make a cup of tea, except for
The tea bag.
all we want is a cup of tea. So we're currently sat in this field that's wet and spiky, proper obstacle course, completely not flat. And it all just fell over randomly.
Signifies the failure that was the tea. I don't even want to pick it up. It doesn't even deserve picking up.
We're just never going to have a cup of tea today, I think. Crack on with the Baileys, I think, instead. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh.
Oh!
So Liam was ill, and he has made me ill. I feel pretty like sore throat, cough, drained. My body kind of aches. We have just found the place that we're going to sleep tonight, which is probably the nicest place I've seen this whole trip in terms of where we've slept. These beautiful woods, there's like no one here. It's a really nice place to park up, and I've just walked down to come and see the sheep. There's a whole field of sheep. There's loads of little baby sheep. It's so cute. Nicest day so far. It's been quite cold and raining and grim and cloudy every day apart from today, so we went to the beach to try and make the most of it. Look at these woods, look at these trees. Ah, I like these trees. I'm gonna make a lot of tree friends here. What a nice day. What nice woods, what a nice pile of sheep. How they can't forget you guys. And here we have the wild cup, often found laying on moss in pine wood forests with an L on its face. This is the first, I'm stuck behind a curtain. This is the first cup of tea of the day.
Taste it, I don't know. See if it's up to her standards. It's good?
It's good.
So it was the milk?
Real good.
It must have been the milk. It was the milk, wasn't it?
We've been having really dodgy teas. All the teas have been off for some reason. We can't figure out what it is. But this is it, first cup of tea, and it's good. Oh, I'm happy now.
Yeah, I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah, we'll still eat our veg. We have to, otherwise we don't get any dessert.
Your life of van life is way more fun with you.
Yeah.
I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight light bulbs.
Let's try that again. We just filmed a bunch of stuff and the battery died halfway and didn't get any of our conversation. So
we're going to have the same conversation.
we're going to repeat it.
Yeah.
So excuse us if we don't sound that enthusiastic about what we're saying, or that it doesn't sound that natural and sounds somewhat rehearsed. What are the downsides of solo van life, and why is it better with two people?
I think there's a lot of like cons to van life that obviously other YouTubers or anything won't really show you, like getting water and finding a place to stay for the night.
They probably show you, but not show you how frequently those problems occur.
I think what gets lost in translation is the amount of time it takes out of your day. Because where most people, they just kind of wake up in their house and that's it, you know, you get a glass of water and brush your teeth and all that, but like with van life, you might have slept in a place the previous night that you kind of need to get out of, and then early in the morning you've got to nip off.
Yeah.
And usually
About getting to brush your teeth.
Yeah, usually.
Or have a cup of tea.
Yeah, I feel with me, my first drive of the day is usually to like a supermarket, and then I've got 3 hours where I can stay in that parking lot, and then I've got access to a toilet, I've got access to food, I can empty my bins. You know how much time it takes to do stuff.
Is that what you would say is the biggest downside? And that's why it's better with two people?
Yeah, and the biggest downside is loneliness, obviously. Like the loneliness of the life.
So what are the top 3 downsides then? In order?
Yeah, loneliness is the worst downside. Then I would say it's expensive. It's more expensive than people realise. I find with van life, you kind of need stuff in the moment, so you're happy to pay more for it. Like if I need water, like yeah, I could probably get it somewhere for free on a tap.
Yeah.
But if it's there in Tesco, I'll buy 20 litres of water. Then the constant trips to the supermarkets and stuff, obviously fuel.
And when you're in the supermarket, you probably end up buying things that you don't really need or want.
Yeah. And then the third one, space. The third one is the space. You know, I'd consider myself a minimalist.
So wait, you don't think that how long things take is up there?
Nah, because then you gain time by not living in a house because you don't have to work as much and stuff, so it's like you don't actually lose time. Like you have to spend more time on the mundane tasks.
I feel like time works differently as well. You feel like you have more time in the day, whereas if you work, I suppose if you live in a house usually you're working a 9 to 5, so all you're doing is watching that clock move really slowly.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you're like, oh, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
But when you've got like no clock, essentially, time just is totally different when you don't have to watch it.
Yeah. There's loads of little things. Obviously, if you want to wash your clothes in van life, you can't just go down to your kitchen and chuck them in the washer. You can't really hang your clothes out to dry in the van easily.
Yeah, space to like actually move around. Like if you wanted to, if you wanted to just go crazy and dance, you can.
Or yeah, if you want
in the van.
to do yoga in your van.
So those are the 3 biggest downsides. What are the 3 biggest benefits of not doing it solo? Because you'd think that it would be worse because it's 2 people, stole the stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to have company. Obviously, it needs to be someone that who's similar to you, who you can spend a lot of time with. I feel like just company, it kind of keeps you busy. Van life can be busy anyway, but like I said, it can give you a lot of downtime. And with that downtime, then like loneliness creeps in because you just sat there in the van on your own, thinking everyone else is just like living in a city, having a good time, and you're just out.
Even though most people are living in a city on their own.
Yeah. But then there's things they do to numb it, to make it feel like they're not on their own, like they watch telly and they play games, or you kind of don't get that much, so much in the van.
Yeah, you don't distract yourself from it.
You can't go into another room. Sometimes all it takes is to go into another room and you get a new sense of productivity or whatever.
Mental stimulation.
But here you're stuck in that room. It's like a very small prison. And if you can't control your thoughts, like it can spiral you.
So wait, what are your top 3?
My top 3 pros of having someone else.
As to why it's better double van life rather than solo van life.
I think it's better because like people just enjoy company. No one really wants to be on their own. Not forever anyway. So I think like having someone in there with you is great. And then if that person shares similar interests like yourself, you're a filmmaker and a photographer, then you and I, we get a lot more done, and then we get excited about where we're going and what we're doing because we're getting so much content. And then
feed off each other's energy.
It forces us to be stupid and have a laugh and take wrong.
I'm like that anyway, even if I'm not filming.
Yeah. Also, my second thing would be like, you both got your strengths and weaknesses. So like, I'm not a very good cook, but you make like a really good vegetable stir fry. And if you're ill,
I can't cook.
If you are ill, then the other person can look after you.
And if you're ill, then the other person can also get ill, and then you can share being ill. Misery loves company.
It's nice to have company. You have strengths and weaknesses. I'd say it's safer, particularly like for women, like that sense of feeling safe anyway.
I would say my top 3, everything's just easier with 2 people. That is definitely the number 1, because I've done so much solo stuff, like filming, like YouTube, photography.
Yeah.
It's all been solo, and it is so long doing stuff on your own, doing anything creative on your own.
Yeah.
So 2 people. And also just 2 people, like when you're driving and you need to put something in the map or whatever, or if you're driving, someone can actually look out for things while you're focused on driving. Or just anything, like making the dinner and washing up. Everything's just easier with 2 people and quicker. And when you're on your own, those frustrations drain you. So 2 people just get more stuff done and it's easier. That's pretty much it. That is it. There's not even 3 things. That's just the one. Yeah. I'd say that, and then I suppose obviously the company, and then the third would probably just be, maybe the safeness. I suppose. I don't know.
It kind of really depends on like who's sharing that space with you.
What's the quote? Happiness is only real when shared. How do we say goodbye?
So what were we just talking
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Tune in for the next episode of Solo or Duo Van Life with Leafy and Liam. We're going to throw a time lapse in your face.
Yeah.
We're going to throw a time lapse in your eye socket.
Eat a time lapse.
Bye. Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.